Now say what's up, guys.
What's up, guys?
Look at the sky, bro. Whoa. That is crazy.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to Skinny Penis YouTube channel.
I can't. I don't want to be known. I don't want to be seen with this guy.
What's funny is Kai wanted to come down to the rocks where there wouldn't be many people instead of going to Coogee, but there's so many people here.
Anyway.
So today we're talking about what it's like to go from a kind of cutthroat brotherly relationship when you're young to actually becoming friends and growing up and really becoming best mates. So that's pretty much what Kai and I have done. Obviously, if you've watched any of our videos, you'd kind of know and you can kind of see that that's the relationship that we have. Always doing our best to grow and better each other in every way, shape and form. And probably most of it you don't actually see on camera, because it's kind of things like, you know, helping each other out after hours of editing, giving the other person a break, and, you know, bettering each other by teaching each other things at jiu-jitsu. Let's just get past this. Hold up. It's a big treacherous hike we're going on. Under a bit of a mini waterfall.
Under the sea.
Under the sea. Under the sea. So when Kai and I were younger, it's not that we ever hated each other per se. I don't think we would ever have described each other as siblings that hate each other by any means.
We just said our mishaps.
And to be honest, it was kind of like when we were liking each other, we were liking each other, but we used to fight literally every day. I remember before school, every single morning there was something little and stupid to fight about.
Before we sleep, I used to always want the light on. We used to always want the light off.
Yeah.
And we would fight for ages before getting to sleep.
Exactly. Like we used to share a room, so that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that was chaos.
It was literally every night as well. There was not a night that we didn't fight. It was like our routine.
Yeah.
Go to bed, like get into bed, fight, wake up, fight, go to school, don't see each other for a bit so we can't fight, come back home after school, fight. It was crazy, honestly. We did have a lot of good moments and heaps of fun in our childhood together as well, don't get me wrong.
For sure.
But man, like, you wouldn't have expected that we would end up like this when we were kids.
That's insane. And there's a series of events that have brought us to be this close. Our relationship was in that fighting stage, fighting in like friends, I don't know, brothers, typical brother stage for a very long time.
Yeah.
I would say in the last couple of years, our relationship's gone from like this close to this.
Right, we're pretty much inseparable now. It's like, it's actually embarrassing to say out loud. Now, like literally, when we wanted to plan going away, we're like, we can't even plan going on trips by ourselves anymore because we have to plan it together so we can just hang out and stuff.
And now we got YouTube, and that's on to the next kind of point. Why we're so close? It's because we started doing activities together. The last year, I started working on myself a bit more and started grinding. Flynn had been grinding for a couple of years now with martial arts, and I kind of started grinding last year, but then this year we really interconnected with each other perfectly.
I don't think we only started getting close this year. No. I think we've started getting close when we were in our late teens, like when Kai was probably like 16 and I was like 14, so mid-teens, yeah. Because that's when what happened was like, it was somewhere along the line where Kai just decided, because Kai's obviously the older brother, and I guess in that dynamic he has a little bit more power when you're younger. And like somewhere along the line, I feel like Kai was cool with me hanging out with him and his friends. And when that happened, I feel like we started getting a little closer.
Yeah.
And then again, when I started to do martial arts and become more of a fighter and stuff, like his friends really liked me and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And that was always a cool thing. But we've also had our group, the 3 tribes, that have always kept us tight.
That definitely has brought us continuously closer. But maybe not as quickly as this last year.
Definitely not. That was like a small thing that just slowly went up.
Yeah.
But then like Kai and I obviously just started to like each other as people more as we got older as well.
We became more people.
Yeah, well,
we became more individuals, and we became to understand what we know as ourselves.
Yeah, I guess that's like it's kind of a weird way of putting it, but it is.
Yeah.
And I think the main key points, if I was to give some advice about how you can turn your relationship with your brother around or with your sister or whatever it is, because it's the same kind of deal.
Tighter.
I think the main idea is do things with your sibling, like whatever it is. If you're gonna go for a walk, don't just be like, oh, I wanted to go for a walk or I want to go with my friend. Like, be like, your first option should be your sibling.
Yeah.
Especially if they're in the same house as you. just ask. Oh, I'm gonna go walk the dog. Do you want to come?
Yeah.
That's the first thing. And then like, if you're doing activities, try and G up your brother or sister to come with you. I mean, that's eventually what's happened with us now, and also with our little sister, is now we all train under the same roof. We all go and do martial arts. We do MMA, so we go wrestling, boxing, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, all under the same roof, all together.
Yeah.
We partner up all the time. I coach Kai because I've been training for ages, which is epic for our relationship.
Awesome dynamic.
So literally, even today, we were at a competition and we went out together. Even though only Kai was competing, I was coaching, so it's like both of our competition days.
Terrible coach, by the way. I lost in the first round due to him.
It's all my fault.
Seriously, guys. Get a new coach.
Blame the guy that wasn't on the mats. Fuck. Classic Kai.
Tough gig. But anyway, my advice would definitely be doing stuff together as well. I would say that by doing and experiencing activities together, like martial arts, like YouTube for me and Flynn now, it has brought us so close to each other, from brothers to best friends, like proper. Look at this place. I'm sorry, it's incredible. Incredible. The best place in the world. Anyway,
in case you're wondering where we are, we're in Serbia.
Croatia. Serbia, Croatia. Yeah, it's a place in Africa.
Yeah.
Like Flynn said, we can't even plan anything without consulting each other now. And it's not because we feel obliged to, it's because
we want to.
We want to. We want to be involved in each other's plans all the time. Like literally, because we're best friends. Like, it's awesome. Sounds kind of cringe saying out loud, but it's nothing but true.
It's mad, to be honest. Like, as long as you're pushing each other up, it's really gonna boost your relationship.
Yeah, like last year, I definitely was starting my grind phase, but Flynn literally not pulled me out of a hole, because I was on my way and I've always been wanting to. But through Flynn, martial arts and YouTube, I have excelled in life. Compared to what I was doing before, going out, drinking all the time, partying. Now we're training constantly together, building strong, real relationships with friends and each other, of course.
I appreciate that.
And grinding steady. Like,
it's not like he was a freaking alcoholic, but you were drinking most weekends, going out with your mates and stuff. Like, anyway, whatever it is, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
But now he's pulled his stuff together, and he's freaking
on top of it.
We're
on top of it together. Us two and Zoe, our sister, killing it.
Yeah.
Onwards and upwards.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I want to share one little story. So like, this is I think this is a key in sibling relationships in general, and we'll probably make another video on like the keys of being a good brother, something like that. But I think one of the keys is that we know that it's the highest thing that we can do is have each other's back.
Yeah.
Like, we always know that there's no one else that would have our back like each other. And that's like the very first thing. Our family, as in our mum and dad, would as well. But I just remember from when we were really, really young, our dad was always like, that's your number one guy. You always, always, always have each other's back. And we're really lucky to have had a really good dad who also had brothers to teach us how to be good brothers.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people don't have that. So like, hopefully maybe you can learn something from this if you're listening to it. But I'll just share one super quick 1 minute story with you from that happened when we were kids. So like, we were at a park one time. We were literally, I reckon Kai was 6 and I was 4 years old. Literally that young, but I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
And I asked Kai about this briefly before. He doesn't remember, so he hasn't even heard this story yet. I just mentioned the start of it to him. We're at a park just around the corner from our house. We'd gone for a walk, and we were on the little spinny thing that you spin around, you try and run on, and it's like hard to balance.
I do remember that thing.
Yeah, and basically it was me and Kai, and then maybe 3 other older kids that were like maybe a year older than Kai or Kai's age.
Yeah.
And they're all on it, and my hair looked really stupid. Like, it was like in 2 sections, and it kind of looked like a butt. And my dad sometimes, as a joke, would call me butthead. No, nothing crazy, but just as a joke. And like, one of them wanted me to get off because I was like too young to be on it or something. And Kai was like, yeah, sometimes Dad calls him butthead. Like that. I know it sounds like such a comedy movie. And then one of them was like, butthead. And then I told Dad, I was like so upset. I was like, Dad, like, Kai told him to call me butthead. And like, I was so upset about it. And I remember Dad, like, I'd never seen Dad so angry, ever, until that point. And he was like to Kai, if you ever do that again to someone, like, make your brother look bad in front of someone else, you are meant to have his back. You're meant to be his security. Like, I don't remember the exact words. I was like literally 4 years old. but something like that. And I remember, obviously, even though Kai doesn't remember it, the lesson is freaking stuck with him.
Yeah.
Because other than that one instance, this guy has had my back like you wouldn't even. When I don't need him to have my back, he has my back. You know what I mean? I'm a fighter. I don't really need that much, but he's ready to fight people before me if something happens, and I don't even need it at all. You know what I mean?
Tit for tat fight goes both ways.
Oh, for
constantly.
sure.
Constantly.
For sure. And that's what it is. Like, even though that was a lesson, I guess, as Kai being the older brother, I very much took that to heart as well. Like, I realized that day, I believe that was the day, right? That I realized, oh my gosh, like, we are each other's number one security guards. Like, that's what we do. And not just security guards, like, physically against other people. No, we just always have each other's back over other people. It's like, always brothers come first.
And not to mention, physically is one thing, training together, but we always have each other emotionally as well.
Yeah.
We can talk about anything all the time. If we need to relay something to each other, we can.
And you know what? It was honestly hard at the start. I remember it being awkward to talk. Like, I'm not even going to pretend we're 100% now, but we're pretty damn good.
We're pretty good.
Like, at the start, I remember our first, like, deep conversations were after both of us at different times had broken up with our girlfriends when we were a bit younger, like a few years ago, and things like that. But just as a general thing, it wasn't easy to be like, oh, bro, like, life's kind of sucking right now because of this or whatever. Yeah. But now we just freaking give each other counseling whenever we can. Like, just be like, bro, this sucks or whatever it is. Which we don't do much. We're not big complainers. But we have each other's backs when we actually need to.
And sometimes you just need to speak to someone about stuff.
100%. And my advice on that, super quickly, sorry.
Yeah, no, go.
My advice on that is just bite the bullet and build up the balls. And if you have something to talk to about your brother, or if you feel like they need some help, ask them. Be there for them. Don't be a coward, basically.
Yeah. And not to mention, if you don't have a brother or a sibling at all, it's the same with your best friend.
Yeah, you outgrow people. But there has to be some people in your life that you treat like brothers or like sisters or whatever it is. And it's like, it doesn't matter. Like, even if we don't hang out every day now, like, I always have that person's back and they always have mine. You always take good of them.
Even groups, if you're in the right groups, you can bring each other up. Just like you can with your brothers. Maybe you're not as close with everyone in your group, but there's no way that you can't be a supporting group as well.
Okay, and you ready for the best advice I can possibly give?
Let's finish on this.
Make your group with your brother.
That is good advice.
Make your group with your brother.
But in saying that,
it doesn't have to be.
We also both have individual friends.
Yeah,
as well.
but both of our individual friends
like each other.
Like, like, my friends would hang out with you slash not do much because I don't really hang out with you. Yeah. But like, I hang out with your friends. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just not have friends. Yeah. All right.
No, we got heaps of friends.
That's it for the Galea brothers today, guys.
What's up, guys? This was my first time using a selfie stick and I loved every second of it. It was so much fun. I never want to use it again. I hope you can see us because it's pitch black and Flynn made us come out here. But anyway.
Alright, you know what? I think we need to do something for the culture. We are back, baby.
We are back!